Hey there everyone, welcome to my channel. I think I'm 2 minutes late, but yeah, let's see who are joining. Uh, just I'll just wait for 4 or 5 minutes and see if anyone join, and then I'll set the session. Okay, so how many are there? Okay, two people joined. So yeah, if you just joined, let me know like from where you're joining. If you have any queries, it'll be a pretty quick session. So let's get started. Let me post about it LinkedIn before. Otherwise, they will say why you didn't post this on the. Just a moment. You can start putting your questions in the comment section. Till then, let me post it. Other people join in time. Also, let me know if you can hear me properly. If you are able to view me properly. If anyone having any problem or not. Okay. I think I got late because the electricity was gone and just came back. And I was like hurriedly doing all the setup and all. Okay, let me share it. I want to finish off this session very quickly today because is the power going to go again? I'm thinking about that. Okay, let's say session name. Happy. Okay, thank you everyone. Manoj, Abhishek, um, DevOps teacher. This is Ami from Chennai. ECS in depth. Actually, ECS is already there. I'll be making a few more, but it will take some time. Okay, the work pressure will increase these days, so I don't know when I'm going to make one again. Yeah, but one is coming. That in ECS combining with spot instances and more a bit advanced networking part. I'll be doing that not immediately, but that someone asking for a long time, so I'll be doing that. I have that in mind. Even I'm supposed to make one two-tier application, one three-tier application. That I also didn't able to do it. I think last few days I'm not able to do much because of the sudden work pressure increase. It's good one, but not enough. Yeah, that is true. That's just to get started. Thank you, no problem. Okay, yeah, was that? It is good one, but not. Yeah, for production, you need definitely need more. You need to understand the load balancing, high availability, and all those requirement. I'll be making one. Actually, there's I think one template available. But let's see. Oh yeah, Vinith. Yes, this one is a Blue Yeti one. Yeah, let me just post it about first. So today I'll be quickly going through the pods and services in normal sense. I mean, what exactly are pods and what are services? Let me see. How to provide internet in pod in key aids. Yeah, that I'll be showing as well. Let's see. Okay, everyone joining. So for basically for to provide internet, you have to expose the port and services. Then you will get external IP, and you have to just access it. But that's not a proper way. Proper will be. Let me actually give you the link of the services. That part. Give me 1 minute. I'll be giving you the services networking. The part is where you're asking for to exposing is here. No, okay. Internet load balancer. Just so we can just check the comment section where I've given for the adding the load balancer part where you can actually link with them. See, what is I'll be showing you anyway. Give me just 1 minute so other can join and then I can start. I just started, right? So just 3-5 minutes required to people get notified. Hey Gravero, hello. How are you? Sort of. Okay. One more thing, I'll be showing the ports and also there are also services. Today also I'll also show the that deployment part also, and I'll explain exactly what keys are. I mean, why there is a YML formatting, okay, and exactly where to use what. That part also I'll be showing. I've written the article also draft mode, but yeah. Okay, I think it's time. I should start showing the screen. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, looks good. Okay, so where is the screen sharing one? Great. Okay, screen sharing. I have a lot of tabs open. I open tabs like crazy. Hundreds of 200 tabs are open always like that. Okay, this is the part. What are the DevOps tool knowledge to get DevOps job? Actually, for that part, see, it depends company to company. Some company, if suppose that company have infrastructure using the AWS, load balance and all, they most depend on the just like ECS or EKS. That depends. I mean, what existing company have, they acquire talents based on that. Usually having Docker, Kubernetes, having knowledge of the CI/CD tools, having knowledge of the cloud architecture, more of the automation part, serverless will give you the users quickly. But that's not always the case. I mean, I think I forget the forget about the Jenkins and all, but it's all common package. I mean, you have to learn more on the CI/CD tools, more on the deployment tools, more on the skill scripting and the automatic deployment parts, and then additionally other things like a particular cloud knowledge will give you more like more opportunity, to be honest. Suppose you are a DevOps engineer, you know the how basic the CI/CD works, Jenkins and all, deployment, the continuous image building. Now you know additional cloud knowledge. Suppose you have AWS knowledge, that added to your skills, that will give you more jobs, I mean more opportunities. So it's not a hard and set rule. The more you learn, the more you try out, more hands-on you get, the more opportunities you get. Okay, but basically Docker, Kubernetes, then Linux scripting skills, the CI/CD deployment knowledge, these are all required. So these are the basic I can say. Okay, enough talk. Now let me share the screen. It should be this one. Share screen. I'll be sharing the entire screen because I don't want to move here and there every time. I know there will you see some kind of this, but okay. Anyway, I'm not a kind of professional like that, but professional broadcaster. I'm also learning. Okay. Okay, I have all the documentations open. I have the article which I'm writing. I'll be showing you. Okay, see, before going to pods, before going to services, you first need to learn about Docker. Now, this session, I know this session is not about Docker. I'll be not teaching you in-depth Docker, but know the basics. I mean, what you actually need to learn to make a build and to push that build to like Docker Hub. Here I'm showing Docker Hub, so I'll be giving that example. Okay, so for that I'll be showing you a very sample application, not this one, Dockerfile. So see, this is a very small Docker application I'm using. It's called, I'm using these are the base image, but you can use any Node.js image you want or any application base image as you want. I mean, it's up to you, like which OS you are depending on which kind of application you're running. So from base image, then set the work directory, then copy the packages. What I say that first install the packages and then copy the codes, because see why I'm doing this one before this one, because code always change, but not the package is not always changing, right? That's why the more repetitive you do, more build time and more repetition will happen. So you should aim for the less repetition. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you first learn about Docker, then go for Kubernetes. Okay, that's what I'm to say, to be honest. So here, very simple application where you have the server.js, where I'm just doing nothing, to be honest. I'm here just doing running a hello world application, and let me first run it. Okay, this is the application running. Let me clear it down. Okay, I think this is a sample one. Okay, so this folder, the sample Node.js Docker app, this is here. First, need to run the build command. So I think I have a command ready. So I'll be not repeating myself. Here, not okay, yeah. So Docker build minus team stack, then the tag, then the repo name, and then the tagging part. I mean, you can tag version 1, version 2, version 3 is up to you. So let's do that first step. These are the just minimum required step to push your application to your Docker, your private Docker in a local machine to the public registry. Now, where you want to push up to you, but I'm showing you Docker Hub. If you don't have a Docker Hub account, you can go to hub.docker.com and create an account for you. Public there is no cost, but private only one is limit, but you can pay to increase the limit. It's up to you. Okay, these are the basic commands. I've copied here. So let's build the image first. I think everyone cannot see this, so let me make it big, but I hope you can get it. Okay, so it's finished because I've already made the build. Now, if I go to Docker images, I should be able to see the image here. See demo app 127 MB. Now, if I run it, Docker run -p, then let's say port 80. I want to map port 80 with 8080 because I'm running on 80 port. Then give the image name. Image name is this one. What is that? What is it? Okay, this one. Demo app version 1. Give it some time. Okay, running on port, actually running on port 80 because I'm giving the host port is 80, right? So let's go to the local host and just 80. You don't give, doesn't matter. Hello world from this local laptop's IP, local with the private IP. Okay, so this what it is. I mean, it's very sample application. If you might have complex application, then you might need a little bit complex one, but more or less it's same. I mean, the main application logic complexity in application, not in the Docker file, right? It's just showing you the basic continuation application. Okay, enough talk now. Let me. Okay, this is the first step to build the image. Now tag that. For now, I have my Docker hub username is this one. Then the repo I've created was a demo app, and I'm tagging like this. You have to tag what the image you have built. See, this is the image I've built. I'm tagging that image with the one which I already have in the created in the Docker hub. Just let's do it. Actually, didn't make any change, right? So you will not see that it's pushing. So let's make a change. Very simple one. I know this doesn't matter, but it's okay. Okay, it will not stop like that because I didn't run in the background mode. Docker ps docker stop. So it will stop. Anyway, if you do Docker ps, you can see the IP mapping, the port mapping here. It is easy sometimes, so it's good for you. Run the Docker basic Docker commands. I think there is a Docker cheat sheet available in the Docker official site also. You can learn from there. Okay, and let's build again. Sorry, mistake. Something happens. Okay, we'll stop quickly. Stop quickly. Okay, stop now. Let's make the build -t. Okay, the building, the app is getting built. It's done. Now let's do the next step. I will be writing an article. I already have written an article here, so don't worry. You will see all the articles. I mean, what is the pod, what are the services anyway. But I'm showing you a walkthrough. It will be helpful for you. Okay. Now let's do one by one. Let's tag this one and push this one. See, it's pushing to the remote repo. Since I made a change, smaller one, that's why it's showing like this. Anyway, I will try to give answers in my mobile. I will see that because since the screen sharing is going on, I cannot see there. So let me go to my YouTube channel. Okay, it's done. Then I think it's pushing is done. Okay, now this is our Kubernetes cluster. Now, if you didn't set up this master nodes, the worker nodes like here, you should follow my previous article, which is just here. Let's go to my profile, and in the first article, see here is the first article which I'm showing like how to do the setup and everything. Do follow that one, then come to this this session. Otherwise, we'll be lost. Okay. switch to my other account so I can see your comments. Okay, doing great. What are the DevOps tools? Okay, are pods equivalent to service? No, nah, pods you cannot think like that. You can think of pods as a that task in the ECS. As in, can we increase the font size? Yeah, I'll increase. Sorry, I know. Sometimes when I do demo, the font size is very bad. So I think this is okay. It should be okay. If you still see that it's not good enough, you can ask me again. I will increase the font size again. This is because see, Masternode is the one that I'm going to more experiment anyway. So okay, now let's see. We have the Docker file push to the Docker Hub. Now how it looks like. So let me go to Docker Hub. So if you don't have a profile lead in Docker Hub, create one. See, I have created. You can suppose you have logged into the first time in the Docker Hub. Okay, then click on create and continue as free now. Okay, why I'm going to create? Oh, sorry, I click on the organization. Anyway, so this is the one. Here they will give you option for a private one and public one. Most of the time, if it's just for the demo purposes, go for the public one. Give it some name like ABC, whatever you want. This is the like I'm using demo app here, but you can whatever depot you want, you can mention it here. It's up to you. See, this is how I did it. They given the basic syntax, so follow the same thing. Now comes to the main part. I just wanted to show you like how you can do it. Okay, this is the demo app. I'll be deleting it anyway later. You should get your own. Okay, so we have deployment here. We have service first, but first come the pods. So let me go back to my article. Yeah, first thing is that I think I missed this one. So if you don't know about like what is from, what is work directory, what is copy command, what is run command, what is expose, what is cmd, just have a look. I just wanted to make sure you have the basics, because if you don't know about Docker image building, you cannot deploy anything in the Kubernetes. That's the basic part. So from part is the basic image you want to select. Maintainer doesn't matter if you want to give it on. Run, suppose you are you need to install some dependencies. You want to copy might be something from any other website. That means that for you have to need to run curl command or w8 command. For those cases, using run command, you can run any kind of shell scripting or any command. Okay. CMD is like allow only once. Normally we use the CMD command like for this example. I'm using just to run the main application part. So you can use like that. Label is just the metadata. Expose is which ports you want to expose. Okay. So it will be accessible from outside. Just add the copy new files and all. Copy to the same things. I think this works same, but just here a little bit difference. Okay. Adds allow you from the remote files you're from into the file system. Well, this is copy is just the copy. Okay, that's a very good difference I can say from this image. Entry point allow you to configure container that will run as an executable. Suppose you want to run as executable, then you can use entry point. When I think when I'm using the Fargate, I used to do this entry point part. Volume, if you have custom volumes, you can use like that. User, if you have any particular unique ID, you can give it. Work directory, like basic set commands. If you set the working directory, no matter which step you run the command, it will execute from the base directory should be this work directory. It's something that we should try and then understand. Okay. Arguments, if you want to supply any argument, on build, stop signal. These are very advanced part, as you can see. If you later in advanced session, maybe it will be useful. For now, you can ignore that part. Okay. Now, what is pod? So, what is pod? I should have given image to that. I think in the basic their explanation, there is a pod image. Okay. See this image. So a pod is essentially a very minimal unit in Kubernetes where you can run multiple containers and you can run any kind of container in the pods until unless it have the resources required to run the container. Okay. So ultimately here you have volume web server. This is just for the example part, but ultimately it supports it's running the container agents and you can run any container in that. think okay. Let me give you example of the pods. Okay, ultimately, container name. Not this one. I want to show. I want to show the deployment parts. Okay, here's a good example. Ultimately, you have pod. Now, pod is like you can say the template part. Just in the mind, you can think of as a template. In template you mention the match the metadata labels application name. Now this normally come from just from top to bottom, but I want to explain this part. I mean basic part. I mean ultimately you're running containers in a pod, right? So this part is a container configuration where you're saying that like what is the container port, what is the image. Now see here, this is the image I'm supplying here. Suppose you need the authentication, you have to mention the authentication part here. Maybe in the later session I will show you the authentication. For now you are just getting started, right? Use the public one. Containers. Now this is the name part. Okay, this is the container spec. Now we have a template. Think about the pod related thing now. So here we are giving some metadata label. Based on level, we will be doing the deployment. How? I'll be showing you just now. Now is the select. Now this is the deployment. Think of what is deployment. When you are running, pods, that means you're scheduling the pods to be running. Okay, and for that cases you need deployments. Here in deployment, this is just the API version. What is the kind of deployment? This is simply deployment. Metadata. I'm just giving it some name, so when we do the searching parts, we'll be able to see that there. Okay, I'll be coming. Are you trainer working in DevOps? Mm, you're working in DevOps, you can say, not a trainer. Well, I don't have much time anyway. Just doing when I get the free times, I do this. Okay. Now metadata. This is just the name. Suppose you are defining. I mean, you are defining a deployment. So what is the name of the deployment? So when you do like kubectl get deployments, we'll get the name here. I mean, this name there. So you'll understand. Okay, this is the deployment, and for this deployment, this many pods are running. That will be easy for you to understand. Now let's come to the levels. This is just to again identify what is the level here. App node spec, like how many pods you want to run for this deployment. I'm saying 3, that means 3 copy of the same pod will be running. Now the selector, like how to select that which should be deployed. Here is the match level node app. So here we are in the pod template, we are mentioning level should be node app. That is getting selected here. Okay, and that will have the replica, 3 replica. Similarly, if you have multiple, you can do like multiple replicas that way. And I think this is how it's scheduled. More depth in the article I'll show in like more in a diagrammatic way, but this is the gist of it. Okay. Okay. So I have a Docker for Node.js API app and one Docker for database. So these 2 Dockers will go in one pod. It's actually is up to you, but I will say just yeah, I think it's okay to have it, but it's up to you. I will say do the separate deployment, like for MySQL, separate MySQL deployment, for Node.js, separate Node.js deployment. And you can always run in the same pod. We just mentioned like this, another do have another container. And that's where you can mention the name, like MySQL app, then mention the MySQL image name, then suppose 33606 or something is the port number of default port of MySQL. You can run like that. But I will suggest that use separate ports for separate application types. Okay, like for Node.js it would be simply separate deployment, Node.js application deployment. For database it will be database deployment YAML, and then mention the requirement for running the database. That will be easier for you. Okay. Okay, I think I explained the basics here. In the article I'm writing, where I'm mentioning all this. So I'm already mentioning all this. It will be easy for you to understand later onwards. Again, the service part is just a service like it's like mapping it. I want to listen on port 80, and that port should be mapped to the port 8080. You can think of like minus p command when you're running locally. Similarly, you can do in service, but this service is actually you should not use. To be honest, you should be more to going forward like what to say, elastic load balancer or whatever cloud provider use. Try to use that one. Actually, if you go to services part here, I hope this is the services part. Now this is a deployment. Let me see where I put the service part. I was just sharing that anyway a few minutes back. Ah, this one. So if I go down, see, this is the part. So for GCP, they're giving how it should be for GCP, for AWS, Azure, IBM Cloud, OpenStack, Baidu Cloud, Tencent Cloud. They're giving like what should be, how should be doing it. Do that way. It's not that simple, but when you get used to it, it will be simple for you. You can go like that. Okay. 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 Let's just show you the deployment part, and then you can try it out later. Okay. I have the deployment file already there. I'm just showing you the cat deployment. Okay, this is the deployment part. The command ready here. So you can see kubectl create -f command, then mention the file name. And this deployment field, ultimately, this is the one. So it will create a demo app deployment, which will run 3 replicas of a pod. And in the pod, 3 copies of this Node.js application will be running there. Okay. So without waiting much, let's run the command. Okay. kubectl get deployments, and you can see, okay, it's created very fast. And you just see the deployment status, like, and if you want to see the pods, kubectl get pods, and yeah, so all pods are up and running. Okay. Now suppose you want to expose the application to the world, so you can simply do this one, kubectl expose deployment, demo app deployment type load balancer. Just, I'm not giving it any name, but you can give it name also. I think it's okay to good to give a name. Okay. Demo app deployment not found. I think I didn't assign comment. Let me see. It should be. Okay, demo error from server not found. Demo apps kubectl export deployment. kubectl get deployments, demo app deployment. I think I'm doing it right. Expose part. Okay, maybe some typo and all. But now if we do that kubectl get SBC, which is short from the service, we'll see this is running. Okay, so this is, and see the port is automatically getting mapped to the with the running container. This is dynamic port mapping. Okay, so this is how we do it. Now to remove the resources, just go there, and we have the delete command here. These two. Just I will be writing all the commands, so don't worry. So go here and see kubectl get deployment, and you will give the deployment name. Command is simple. The kubectl delete deployment, then the deployment name. So just copy. We are lazy people anyway. Okay. Serial deployment and give the deployment name. It will remove the deployment, and that is it. Now, if we do the kubectl get deployment, is deleted. Similarly, if you have the services, kubectl get service, this is running here, like do service running. Let's remove this one because this one is created. Line kubectl remove, delete services, or let me service, let's see it, kube services, then the service name, and done. Okay, it's removed. So that's how easy it is to do all this kind of stuff. Again, if you are not sure what I did, I will be giving all the links of the service and what is the pods. I will give you like how it's running and everything. Don't worry, I will explain more them in the article. This is just a demo part, like how I did it, so you can follow and do the same thing when I follow the article. Okay. And all the documentation I'll be giving, even the cheat sheet, Kubernetes have their own. I was just checking out that one, which is I like it actually, Kubernetes cheat sheet. It is gone. Kubernetes cheat sheet. Ah, this one actually good. So if you have never used before, I want you to have it. Okay. Sorry, let me go back. I think yeah, that's it. I mean, this is all you have to do. I mean, that's how simple it is to, if you have any kind of application, push to the any public or private repo, then pull that image. I mean, mention it and in the deployment to run that pod in as a deployment, then deploy it and then expose as a service. Now here I did one separate command because this is newly available now, exposing and directly creating a service. With the deployment, you can do the similar way, or otherwise you can run a service. Just similarly, also suppose you want to do port run on port 80. This is a service. So similar way, you just go to cube ctl. I know the deployment is not running. I'm just showing you the example. You tell apply -f, then that's it. Now how we can create a service. If it go and check the service, cat my service, it's similarly the same thing. And if you do the kubectl, then the get sbc, it's created. You can that way you can expose the services. Okay, I think today I supposed to do a very quick session and it's done. If you have any questions, you can always ask in the comments. This is again just the intro part. I have the article coming maybe in the Monday where I will explain that in depth. So you can, this is just to, so you can run the commands by yourself. Okay. Thank you for this, staying this long for this quick session. If you have any questions, you can always ask me and I'll be answering them. Okay. Thank you and goodbye. Have a nice weekend tomorrow. I told you, right? This is a very quick session. Okay.